Okay, this video here is outlining how you replace the front main seal without pulling the motor. Basically, you're going to need to get your trooper stripped down to something like this. Not necessarily need to get the headlights out, but you're going to have to get the grill out. And the front bumper's got to come off, and this lower valance that bolts across here, along with your hood center support, so that you can get into this part of the motor. This is actually a diesel motor right here, but you get the idea. Okay, so you're working on the 4-cylinder gas motor. Once you get the front end torn down, this is basically what you're going to see here. You know, you're going to want to get your fan off of the water pump and get your belts off. And you've got a 24 millimeter bolt right here that holds the harmonic balancer on. You're going to need to get that off, and you're going to need to get these 10 millimeter bolts out of here. And then you're going to need a puller to pull that harmonic balancer off. You've got your upper timing cover, lower timing cover, harmonic balancer. You know, upper timing cover, get that off, and your 4 10 millimeter bolts pulled out of there. And then you'll need to get a puller on this and pull your harmonic balancer off. Then you've got a handful of bolts and nuts. There's one 12 millimeter nut here, and the rest of it's just 10 millimeter stuff. Pull your lower timing cover off, and then you're left with there's an oil pump here, which if you're going to be in here, you might want to go ahead and replace that seal. Usually oil pumps don't go bad, but the seals, you know, may. Water pump here, you may want to replace that. Anyway, you've got this lower timing gear here, and you're going to find your timing belt is running here along your pulleys and whatnot. You're going to need to loosen the tension on that and get the timing belt pulled off. And then this pulley here is probably the hardest part of this whole deal. These things, unless you get lucky and this thing just slides off, they're supposed to just slide off, but most of them do not. So you need to take care and put time into getting this thing off. I mean, be prepared to spend, you know, up to an hour probably getting this thing off of here. It can be really difficult, and you don't want to pull on this outside edge right here. You'll break it right off. So you know, what I typically do is I get some PB blaster or something down in here around the seam, and you know, you can even get a screwdriver in here or something and work that woodruff key a little bit to wiggle that and get some oil in there around that thing. And you know, if you can get the woodruff key out, that makes it a lot easier, because once you get that key out of there, then you can get oil in here and you can actually tap on this thing and spin it. You know, once you get it spinning, then it's going to move for you. Ron Low Zone recommends putting heat on this. He heats his up to get it off. I've never done that, but I'll probably try that on the next one. Anyway, so then you need to get this off of here. And once you've got the timing gear off, there's a little washer behind it. It's more like a belt guide. You get that off of there. That's where your front main seal is. Now this one doesn't have one because this is a motor that I'm working on, and I just kind of threw this whole thing back together so I could make this video for you. But there's your front main seal right there. You're going to want to pry that out of there. Be careful not to scratch anything up, of course. And then you'll slide the new one back in there and seat it, and then you know, reassemble everything from there.